Hello everyone, it's Stephanie with Glitiful. Give me a couple seconds guys. This is the first time I'm actually doing a live video, so I'm trying to figure out schematics here. All right, I think we're good. Let me see if I get an okay. This is the first time I'm actually doing a live video, so I'm trying to... And as always, my husband has me on super loud. Okay, so today we are going to do an easy geode. And I mean, it's like super easy, guys. This is not going to take you long at all. If you haven't watched my longer geode tutorial where I think I took like an hour and a half on that video, and it's a labor of love. This one is also a labor of love, but not as intensive, which gives you a cool, easy hack if you have a lot of orders or you're still getting some orders for the holidays. So let's give people a couple of minutes. I know we're waiting for some people from our group to come on. So while I do that, I want to share with you guys our monthly kit that we just launched. And it was just released, so people are still receiving them. So while we're waiting, let me show you all what's in this goodie. And let's see. So we have launched our first, like I said, our first monthly kit. And our second monthly kit is up for signups now. We have about 5 more days left before the sign up is closed. And this is a monthly subscription kit, but there are no reoccurring payments. This is something that you choose. If you decide you want to do it, you purchase it during the window. Spots do cancel up and get filled up really quickly, so just keep that in mind. So, can you see these? Okay, so do. Okay. So this is the collection right now that we just launched for this first monthly kit. And I named them after the Scooby-Doo characters. Shaggy, I don't know if any other mamas out there went to watch Frozen, but I took my daughter and it was pretty cool to see that Scooby-Doo's coming back to theaters. So it inspired me to name them. So we have Shaggy here. Let me see if I can get these on. Hey, Mike, and let me know when we have a good amount of people so that I can kind of stop and move on, okay?
Okay, we got 19 going right now.
All right. So this is Shaggy. And take a look, and I got something else on there. Take a look at this gorgeousness. And this is a green, like a metallic, very neonish green. So it's perfect for the upcoming spring. I know some people are freezing. I know getting some cold winter coming on, but I'm already thinking spring. Oh no. Okay.
Turn the camera on. That's however you do.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. You're gonna have to bear with me a little bit because the camera is tilted. I'm sorry about this, guys. Let's see. All right, guys. Actually, we're going to have to leave you guys like this because honestly, this whole tripod is completely set for this mode. Let's see. There isn't a way to turn this over. Not until I flip the entire monopod. All right. So we have about how many people? We have a good couple of people on the live. So let's move on. So these are all the new collection, and you're going to get different collections for the monthly kits to come up. So just keep that in mind. And again, there are no reoccurring payments. These are all just selections that we're deciding to bring for you guys. Some of them will be palettes. Some of them will actually be collections, like this one, a cool neon packet. So each one will be at random. And so we're so excited to share these with you. Again, this monthly kit is only $35. And they give you 2 ounces of 5 glitters. Okay? All right, so let's...
We got Daisy and Rosetta said hi.
Hello, Rosetta. Hello, Daisy. All right, guys. Okay, so I'm going to make, like I said, I'm going to make this quick. I'm really sorry that you guys are crooked. I will work on that.
No, you're not. You're perfect.
I'm perfect. Look at that. Okay. All right, so before I show you these, I'm actually going to be using the tack method for this particular design. I'm doing the tacking method because for an easy geode, and if Kristen Gunn's on, it's not east, it's easy. That was my error. An easy geode, and I am deciding. So I actually put this over raw glitter. I do not epoxy. I do not epoxy my glitter that's gonna be on top of this. I actually lay this over raw glitter. I've done it with Mod Podge, and I have the best results. I even like it a little bit because it gives the water slide a little bit of texture. But I'm actually deciding to use it with the tacking method because we can do that really nice shiny look that a lot of people really do like. It makes the glitter lay flat. So today I'm actually going to be using dandelion, and I know some of you guys have seen, we were talking about that today on our Instagram, on our Facebook. Dandelion is an opalescent glitter, which is an ultra-fine opalescent. So she is absolutely gorgeous. If you guys can see this, she has a really beautiful bluish kind of reddish shift. See if I can bring that closer to you guys. So with opalescent glitters, you can absolutely do so much with this. Opalescent glitters allows you to transform your glitter to match your base colors. So if you have a blue and you're like, okay, well, I don't have this right blue, you can do your spray paint or your acrylic paint, whatever color that you need on your base of your cup, and then add, for example, dandelion, and dandelion will pick up that base, let's say that blue, and it will make your glitter that perfect blue color that you were looking for. And you can do that with any opalescent glitter. We have a nice selection. We have Allure, which is another one of my favorites. Peony, we have Cinderella, and we're getting a ton more. So, but right now today we're going to use dandelion, and it's for tack-it method purposes that I'm deciding to use this on. You decide to use dandelion because for me personally, I feel like the tack-it method works better with ultra fines. It just allows it to lay a little bit smoother. So I've already printed out my water slides. They're already sealed, and I will have the link of where I purchased these. And they're just kind of a different little rock designs, and I'm just really excited about this. My cup does have a lid, and I purposely did this for you guys because if you watched my plaid video, I got a lot of requests to show how to do just the lid. So I'm gonna do that today and show you what I use and how I put it on my churner and things like that. I bought this tumbler at Walmart, nothing crazy. I think it was on sale. It was Tinier Woman. So I bought that, and it came together with a straw. It was like phenomenal. All right, so let's get to it. A lot of the misconceptions that I'm hearing out there in the world is that we need a specific brush to lay your tack in. You don't. Let me save you some money, guys. You don't need a specific brush. I've used this one and I haven't cleaned it off, and that's the only reason I'm not using it today. This is my Wet n Wild brush from the dollar store, and I haven't cleaned it, but I clean it off with some acetone, some soap and water, and it comes off and it works just as fine. It's actually still pretty tacky because I've done another Tack-It cup. That comes in a packet of 4 for $1. I've used the foam brushes. Same concept. You just want to make sure that you clean it off really well if you decide to keep these. These are also 98 cents in a pack of like, I don't know, 10. So if you decide to throw it away, it's not so bad. But again, I like to save you a couple bucks. So I like to keep all my supplies until it can't anymore. So just a tidbit. All right, so I'm going to be using my wand so that I can lay this in. And I'm going to go ahead and start applying my Tack-It, okay? And I do it like this, guys. It's no special order. The key to, if you've watched videos, if you don't know, the key to this is that you want to make sure that you have enough, but that it ends up being tacky enough. So that you have, and we'll add some heat to this at the end, but I want to make sure that I have a good amount on here so that we have good coverage. And I'm making sure, if you guys don't see me, I fall off the screen just let me know. This is a lot harder on live than it is when I, you know, do my videos on my own and, you know, look like a crazy person talking to myself. But at least I have you guys right now watching me. So, all right. And you guys can stop me at any point. Mike is here to answer any questions and ask me any questions. I can't see you guys, but Mike can. So just, you know, say, hey, stop him if you have any questions, okay? All right, so like anything, if you guys have watched me do Mod Podge before, I am a stickler to tell you, no humps, no humps. You want to lay this as flat as you can, okay? You'll have, you know, a ton of people that say, hey, no, you know, if you have a ridge on it, it's fine, move on. No, that's not fine, because what happens is if you have a hump, for example, let me show you. This way?
No, you're in it.
Okay. If you have a hump, for example, if you have a ridge like that, you guys can see that, that ridge lays glitter on top of it. So that means when your glitter is laying there, you have glue underneath. So it's not actually laying flat flushed against the cup, it's laying on top of a bed of glue. You don't want that. And this is why it's important for you to evenly lay out those strokes and that you have a very well even cup, okay? All right, so now that I have all the coverage on here, and I'll do the lid in a second, I wanna make sure that I show you guys the cup first, and then I'll move on to the lid. I'm gonna lay my stuff down. I'm gonna grab my heat gun, and I'm using my Wagner heat gun for this. And I'm just using a low setting, just to give this a little bit of heat. I want to start the heating process and heat up the glue, so it's kind of like a curing, so that it can become even tackier, because that's the key to laying down and your glitter to stick, okay? So I'm going to do that for a good second or so. All right.
Daisy said she's gonna try after Christmas, but she's trying to muster up the courage. And she said that she doesn't have a mask or apron, and she heard that's a must-have.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Always, you should always be wearing a mask, guys, or be working in a ventilated area. All right, so we're gonna be laying down the glitter. So you're laying down your glitter as normal, okay? And take a look at how Dandelion just already starts to shift. And I specifically chose a white base for this, not because I didn't want to show you how it shifts with color, but because I needed my water slides to be the focal point to this. So, and you can still see how it shifts even with the white base, okay? So I'm laying this down, and I'm using a piece of paper just so I can capture all my glitter, okay? And we're gonna go all around, and to our glitterholics, what do you see new? Let's see if you guys can tell Mike what you guys see new. Let's see, I'm waiting to see a response. Rosetta, Daisy, what's new in our video? What's going on? What do we see as we're applying glitter? I'll give you a hint. I'm tapping on it. Let's see. All right, so I'm shaking this off. All right. Did we get an answer yet? All right, I guess I'll wait. Now take a look at that blue shift in that. Can we see that? How gorgeous is that? Hope you guys can pick that up. All right. Every time I do this, it will fall. I don't care. It's fine. I'm gonna put this away. The reason why I'm gonna put it away is because what we're gonna do next will alter the glitter, and I will not be able to use it again. Okay. This step alters the way your glitter comes together, and so it will affect your other glitters, and I don't contaminate it. It's not worth it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back on my low. heat standard on my Wagner. Add some more heat to this. And I'm adding more heat because, again, I want this to be as tacky as it can. I want it to grip onto those flakes. Okay? I'm pushing through. I'm so in love with the shift of this cup. All right. So now that you do that, you only have a couple specks here. That's fine. You can put that away or, you know, keep on. I'm going to keep on, guys. All right. So if you haven't seen the tack it method, let me stop for a second. For everybody that has, have patience with me, okay? So for those that don't know what the tack it method is, the tack it method is this wonderful glue. You can use tacky glue. I've seen modifications of Mod Podge. It is just a method that allows you to, after application, allows you to use your fingers and make your glitter lay smoothly. You've seen it oftentimes with holographic glitters, so it creates almost like a halo effect on your cup, so that when you're pulling it around, you really see this gorgeousness of like a rainbow kind of effect, and it's really gorgeous. The thing is, you could do it with anything. You could do it with color shifters, and it brings out the shift in its color so amazingly. You can do it again with opalescent glitters, and which is why I decided to do that today. The key to this is once you apply, we're so used to moving on. Okay, so this is it. If you weren't doing anything else, you would move on. If this was Mod Podge, but we're not. We're going to grab our fingers and we're going to gently, but again firmly, push the glitter down, and you're rubbing it away. So you can already see a difference between the standing glitter and the glitter that's laid flat. Can we see that? And now you can actually see that beautiful shift of the opal glitter. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're doing this all around, and this requires a little bit of, you know, hand grease, so that you're making sure that this is a full-on effect. Okay,
that's so cool.
And now you're gonna see there's some pockets on here, and if Miss Rosetta's on, she'll tell you doing a double. Don't be afraid to do a double application. And that is exactly what we're going to do. After we do this, we're going to do this one more time, because we want to have a double application, so that when we have bare spots like that, we're not worried about it, because we have 2 layers that have taken over. Okay, so we're going to go all around. And some areas are going to be a little bit harder than others, and that's okay. That's why I said it's a little bit of hand grease there. And you want to just push down. Shift. It's so awesome, isn't it? Look at that.
Mm-hmm. The blues and purples.
Yeah, it's like blue, pink, purple. It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. And that's the opal.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you've seen videos that it has, I mean, they tried every other glitter under the sun, but you never really see the opal, and just look at that.
Oh no, yeah. Opal glitters are just one of my favorites, because it's kind of a hidden gem. You don't really know until you start using it, and the different designs that you can make with it.
Daisy said, is it harder on your fingers?
No, it's not. I have sometimes used gloves, but I find that I can't feel me remove the glitter as much when I use my gloves, but it doesn't hurt at all, to be honest. It's just more frustrating, because you're like, you have to sit there and make sure that you get all this off, you know? And it's one of those things, it's like, you love it so much, but you're just like, God, when is it over? But it doesn't hurt. So, I think this is the only labor-intensive part, guys, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That looks so beautiful.
Doesn't it?
Kristen Gunn says, I'm late, but here to watch the East Tumbler.
I just said that, Kristen.
In
I was
true Kristen Gunn fashion.
Kristen, can we just talk about how awesome this shift is? This is Dandelion, girl. I can't. It's such a hidden gem. You know, whenever you're looking at whites and stuff and glitters, it's just like, another white, you know, another white glitter. Like, what do I need this for? You need this because this is just an amazing color just to have for anything. You can do this. You can make,
This is really pretty.
you can, yeah, it shifts on its own when it's just like normal standing. I've also seen geodes made with opalescent glitters, and I've done them myself with dandelion, allure, and peony using alcohol inks, and we'll do that. We'll do that sometime soon. I don't want to bombard you with geodes. They're so much fun to me, but they are very labor intensive. So
He said, "Oh man, it's beautiful, but how does it compare to allure?"
oh,
But allure is gorgeous.
allure is a different shift. Yeah,
it has a different shift, but I'm sure it is just as gorgeous.
yeah. Allure is more like a rainbowy kind of shift.
This kind of looks like a unicorn.
It is.
It looks so amazing.
She is a unicorn. I love it.
She is gorgeous.
I'm having trouble right here, Daisy. See, and this is, like I said, this is kind of the part where you really have to move your hands in these areas.
Say hi, Desiree.
Hey, Desiree.
He said, "I'm late to the party, but I'm here."
Hello, hello. Welcome.
And April's here as well.
Hey, April.
April, we need to change your YouTube name. Her YouTube name is Hooter Sis.
I love it, April. Don't listen to him.
April, we're going to get you together. She figured out how to comment on the live.
Yay! All right. All right, so I've pushed this down as much as I could.
Have you tried that particular color glitter on a black base?
I have. And I have a three-nager, guys, and that three-nager decided on that particular day, because I was actually experimenting in the craft room. She decided to pour out an entire Alina's Tack bottle on the cup, and let's just say it was brutally destroyed, and I just threw it away. But it shifts something ridiculous. Like, it just gives it an entirely different shift. It's gorgeous. It almost gives it, like, are they able to see this reflective color here?
Yeah.
Okay, so right, like,
they can see it. It looks amazing.
It almost gives it that orangey. It gives it a complete different shift. It's like orangey red on a black base, and it's weird. I guess the light, how it's reflecting off the light, is giving that.
Well, it does that or tack it, but if it has a black base and you just lay the glitter,
it reflects like that. It reflects standing, but it has a little bit of a red. It's really cool.
Doing tack it or doing it regular?
Regular in any way. Regular. Yeah. All right, I just want to make sure that this is fully done. Okay, guys. So.
Who said is unicorn? As April said, it is.
It does. Unicorn. You don't really see like how these glitters look entirely until you try different things with them. So, okay.
Hey, hi to Kimberly Butler.
Hey, Kimberly, how are you? All right, guys. So take a look. We have some bare spots here and here. And that's okay. What we're going to do now is, let's backtrack for a second.
She wrote close up, please.
Where the bare spots? Can we see
no,
that?
Just to show, show it and just.
Okay, so here are some of the bare spots. I'm finding them more up closer to the rim. Closer to the rim. Take a look at that. See? And look at the shift in that. Can we see it? Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm going to close you guys up to this.
That looks really nice.
So when you remove the glitter with your hands, it almost comes out kind of clumpy and with a little bit of the glue on there. So even if you're trying to apply this again, it's not going to lay as nicely. Not because I said so and I just think about it. No, it's because I've tried it. Because I am going to try to save you every penny that I can. So I'm like, I'm not throwing away that much glitter. Like, that's ridiculous. But I've tried it and it doesn't lay well. It clumps and it gives formations around the cup that you don't want. So the best thing is to sadly dispense and move on. Okay?
Got
All right.
27 people watching the live right now.
Nice. Hello, hello. All right. I did this last minute, guys, so I'm sorry about that. I should have given you guys more notice. But we've been packing glitter like all week, and I was just in such a like crafting like need. And I was like, Mike, I just think I'm gonna go live, even though I've had a video. Oh, I can actually show you the video. Can you get me the zebra cup and I can show you well. I'm doing that. It's in there. Yep. I have this video in the works where I use the tack method. Oh, and this is a perfect example of that, guys, of that halo effect. And I use Tin Man for this.
Go closer. Higher up so they can see that nice and slow. Yep. Yes. You see the zebra print? And
there's a zebra print underneath. And just a really awesome, you could do this with anything, but I decided to try to do a zebra design.
You can do it with zebra, with leopard.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. So I have that one in the library. I'm gonna get it out to you guys, I promise. But it's been a crazy, crazy couple days. But I wanted to get here and just do something fun since I wanted to craft. All right, so I'm starting here, and I want to make sure that I have enough coverage on those areas, especially where it was very bare. So on my rims. So this time around, I'm going to go towards the rim and I'm going to go all around so that I have coverage. That is my concern during this second coat. And I'm going to do that again here at the top. And I'm going to go all around. This does have such a unicorn look. It's so gorgeous. See, I've done it for like every other. And this one, I just forgot how gorgeous this is. What's that? It's a hidden gem.
Well, yeah, this is one of our original glitters. Yeah, well, not a GG original, but it's one of our original glitters when we first started. And it kind of got lost in the mix, but it's so gorgeous. As you guys see.
All right, guys. So again, I am added.
You're getting tons of unicorns all over. Yes, so pretty. Thank you, Crystal.
It's so pretty. All right, and I'm adding some at the bottom. Guys, again, the bottom and the tops are, that's another question I get a lot. Like, you know, do I tape off the top and do I tape off the bottom? Preference. There's a lot of conversation around it. I choose to go up to the rim and I choose to go down at the bottom. This one in particular, if you're worried about having epoxy touch your lips, this one wouldn't be an issue to that because it has a lid. So if you wanted to avoid that for, you know, whatever your thoughts are.
It's understandable.
It's understandable, and I would just say like give it a 3/4 of nice tape so that you don't have the epoxy touching any lid. You can do that. Some people don't tape off the bottom so that they can preserve the cup life, because you can ask my dear husband what happens to cups when you drop them off a truck.
Guys, you want to hear this?
or drop them or leave it on top of a vehicle and drive off.
Yeah, and then I ran over it.
And then he runs over it.
Priceless. But then my son snitched on me, okay? Because he was supposed to know the man code, but I didn't teach him, so he has to learn.
And then he showed it to me.
I get a phone call and
I was not happy. It was my peekaboo cup, guys. Not happy. All right, so now that we've added epoxy, tack it all over, we're gonna go ahead and again go back to our low heat setting. Very quickly give this a touch of heat. We're just again want this glue to get as tacky as possible. Heating it up allows the glue to start itself to cure, and that's why I'm doing this.
Kimberly said that she loves our accents.
Oh, thanks.
She says it's beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
And
right.
April said, don't throw your child under the bus.
All right. So let's go ahead and start. So now we're going to go ahead and... Ooh, April's on. April, what do you see new in the video? No one's answered yet. I'm tapping on it. Gonna add this on. We're gonna go all around the cup. Let's see if she answers.
Elizabeth Corona says the shaker.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Corona.
Yes, yes, ma'am. The
and
shaker.
April said the shaker.
These, so to the Glitterholics, these will all be included going forward with your glitters. We are still waiting a couple more shipments of these, so officially we'll have it completely launched in about a week or so, but you will start receiving, if you're ordering starting today, you will start receiving some with bottles. So we're super excited to share that with you all. I know you guys started the journey with us with bags, and you were all like, Steph, I need shakers. And I was like, okay, fine. And so we made it happen because of you guys. So thank you for pulling my hair.
For all of our day ones.
Yeah, pulling my hair on this. But we got it done. All right. Ready? We're going to shake this off. And I'm just removing the excess, guys. I don't want this to fall off my wand. I've done that before. I'm so rough with these cups. They go flying. Mike always laughs because I say a bad word, which I'm not going to say on camera. Say a bad word.
We might be able to get her to. She might slip up.
No, we can't. Not with all these COPA laws going on with YouTube.
Rosetta Jenkins was like, did you say you're getting shakers?
Yes, ma'am.
And Daisy was like, I was going to ask you how to get shakers.
They will all be included with your purchase. Going forward, your glitters will have shakers. Who's excited? Yes. All right, I'm adding some more heat to this, guys. Again, I want to make sure it is fully adhered. Okay. So, can we see, look, if we chat about this for a second, the unicorn effect didn't entirely go away. It just shifts differently. It's reflective off of the light when it's standing. But let's see what it does again. As we start laying it down, you're pushing that glitter to lay flat, and you create this. Do we see the difference? So you can do 2 coats, you can do 1 coat. Again, I try to do a coat, guys, but I'm not very good with the rims, and I'm not gonna lie about that because I am not perfect. Never said I was. So I always end up trying to do 1, but I always end up doing 2. It just makes it easier for me to have a really nice coverage on there. So take a look. Can we see? How gorgeous is that? And now my rims are more covered, but you're gonna have to have more elbow grease for this, guys. And remember to give your cup a little bit of heat. I still feel like mine has a little bit of too much glue, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this more heat. I guess this is what I love about live, guys, is because this stuff you can't fake it. Like, not that the videos are ever fake, but you're able to edit out these moments where it's kind of the part where when you're doing this side by side to your videos, and I know I've had this challenge when I started, it's like, okay, well, you know, what was this moment of being stuck? Like, what do? You just go back and you hit it with heat, and then until you're comfortable with the way it's adhered. And so these are some of the things that you don't see on videos. Okay, so this is why I really do enjoy the lives. because you can see all of these moments and all of these bloopers, I should say, of when it, you know, when things get hazy, what do? So like I said before, this is the more labor intensive part. I do really like the tacking method. I love the technique itself and the way it really does affect the effects it gives your glitter. Well, I don't like all this rubbing off stuff. It just takes long.
I wonder if you could use like a low grit.
No, you scratch your glitter. Someone bopped him. He said use a sandpaper.
Yeah, but like the lowest grit sandpaper.
No, you'll scratch your glitter.
Look, I'm gonna make a video and that's what I'm gonna use. Alright
guys, dare him to make a video. Someone start challenging him and give him like one of the hardest designs to do.
Look, let's just be happy I make a video. Let's just get there first.
Yeah. Ready? So, okay. So I have more places now that I'm pushing more. And Daisy, this is the part where I would say like it hurts a little bit more because it's kind of like an Indian burn when you're still rubbing in one section. But not too bad, if that makes sense. I wouldn't do 3 of these cups back to back. I'll tell you that much. Because then you'll hurt yourself. You know what I mean? Like, give yourself, go do something else. Go do another design. Because then your fingers are going to hurt. Guys, as I'm doing this, I'm looking at my nails. This is going to sound so vain. But I decided to try out a local nail artist here in Charlotte. And she was so amazing with I have a full set and with the acrylic, and it was so awesome. Take a look. She used Caesar's Palace on my pointer finger and my pinky finger. Love it. And I was like so excited because I've been dying to have that done, and I'm just so in love with it. So if you guys didn't know, our glitter is cosmetic grade. So you're able to use it for makeup, for lip glosses. Your nail tech can put it in your designs. So it's really cool. It was solvent resistant, so it's not going to bleed or anything like that. So I thought I'd share that with you since I'm over here rubbing away.
Daisy said her hands are sensitive.
You might want to use gloves, honey.
And Kristen Gunn said I put Pin Man into my nails tonight, and I did that method too on it.
See, that's so cool.
We can't wait to see the pictures.
I have another one. I have another follower. She used Tiana, and that's actually how I ended up asking. She lives here in Charlotte, and I was like, "Where did you go?" And she gave me this nail tech's info, and I was so excited. So excited. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just finishing up here. I'm getting on some areas which the glue seems to be really holding on.
It's the labor of love.
It is a labor of love. Jeez, I'm over here sweating.
Cheers.
These lights aren't helping, I'll tell you that much.
Scott's here as well.
Hey, Scott.
He said he's just making it in. Hope, however, as well, been fighting with his stupid cricket.
Oh.
We've all been there.
Yeah. All right.
I will tell you, me and cricket have our days.
We do. We do fight them all the time. All right. Whew. After all that sweat, take a look. You can start to feel the difference, guys, of when your glitter is standing or when it's laid smooth. And so you can run your hands on it and you can feel the difference. I have some spots that are a little bit more stood out, so I'm just gonna add again some more heat here so that it can let go and apply. And like I said, I'm so sorry. This is the part where, guys, I can't fast forward you. When we do these lives, it's kind of like,
No, but this is real life. This is what it is. We have an Adrian Hendricks, and she said this is so much work. She said you should have did a kid's cup.
I should have. You know, and the problem is I always start off with purchasing a cup, and I'm like, I'm going to do this and give it away. And then I start thinking about the design and then the complexity of the design, and I'm like, nah, I can just keep it. So probably not going to part with this cup either.
Yeah, but then I keep it and I bring it to work.
Yes, and then Mr. Glitterful walks around all his cup stops with glitter cups. He is very upset with me about not making him a cup.
Yeah, she's horrible. Who wants to make me a cup?
No one. Don't listen to him. He drives over cars. He drives over cups with cars, guys. Don't entertain him. All right.
We also have Sherry Robertson. She said this is so worth it.
Yes, it is absolutely. I will tell you, it is a labor of love. It is, this part of it is labor intensive, but it's, come on, look at this.
Look at this. You wouldn't have got this at all.
You didn't get that effect. You can move, well, once this video is done and up, you will be able to see the difference of glitter standing or sitting on versus it laying flat. You're really affecting the way this glitter reflects and shines off the cup. So
you should see this on camera. It looks really good.
it's so pretty. I mean, I see it now.
And you have a Sue. I don't want to butcher your last name, but she's from New Zealand.
Hello, Sue. How are you? All right, ready? So, all right, I think I'm done. Woo! I think I'm done. I sweated. Maybe drew some blood here. I'm kidding, guys. I'm being really extra about it. No, it is, like I said, it is labor intensive, but it's worth it. All right, take a look. Bam, diggity damn. Look at that. Look at that gorgeousness. Okay. So let's leave this aside. That way. And cups, lids. So with the lids, I got a lot of questions. Like, not so much of how you actually get glitter on this. So I'm just going to work through this really quickly, just so that you guys have an idea. But a lot of the question was like, how do you apply epoxy on your lid? Okay. So I'm actually going to show you guys. I'm going to apply glitter on this and get this ready. As you can see, I've added a piece of tape right in the center, and this is just me prepping for when I'm going to add the epoxy. And I've taped off the inside as well.
And Daisy said, will you epoxy it?
Yes, I will.
Yes, but we're epoxying after.
Yes. So with this, for me, the reason why I call this an easy geode is because I don't go through the 3 steps, I would say, 3 or 2 steps. It depends how many you do, of applying glitter, epoxying, and then coming back and applying your decals and then epoxying again. This will consider of 2 steps depending on whether or not, for example, for me, it would require 2 steps if I decide I wanted to add a name, for example, because I'm not adding a vinyl name or adding a sing or anything like that. I'm just adding my geodes. So that's why it's easier in the sense. It's an easier because I am applying my decals directly on to raw glitter. Okay. And I'm just adding this on all around the lid. Nothing crazy. Again, like I said, basically a lot of the questions I received was, hey, how do you epoxy this? And we're gonna get there. Just give me 1 second. let me get this on. And I'm not too worried about, I'm worried about the coverage. I want to make sure that it's good and well covered, but lids can be a little bit more trickier and they don't need a lot. Look at my hands, guys.
And we also have a LaQuisha from Miss Memphis. And she said that she's new to the tumbler world and she sees how much the finger work it takes. And she just has to wait a little longer.
Yeah.
She said it's a beautiful color though.
Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's a lot. I mean, anything that you've done or you do, a lot of my videos have been labor intensive. I enjoy those. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, why I make videos on them. I enjoy them. They take away my time. A lot of my day is spent with my 3-year-old and my twin boys. So this is actually crafting as a way to decompress a little bit for me from the day. And so when I'm able to escape for about an hour or two, just creating cool things like this, that makes me happy. One of my favorite, I have a lot of favorites, but one of my favorites was always the watermelon cup. The watermelon inside out, because that one is super labor intensive. But when you have it, you're just like, wow, that's completely gorgeous. Having all those layers of glitter and then kind of, it's like a little sneak peek. It's really, really cool. So, yeah.
Claudia Slater said that she's seen someone use silicone facial scrubber instead of their hands.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's
I'm gonna have to look that up, yeah. Because my hands, they don't hurt. It's just, you get tired. You get tired. You're just rubbing up against. Yeah, you have to write that down so you can check that out. That's really cool. All right, take a look at that. See, I feel like this one on the lid, it almost looks more bluish. Are you guys seeing the same thing?
Yeah, it does. It's no, really cool. It has all the chips, but we definitely see the blue. Yeah, it's so cool.
It is really pretty. All right, I'm gonna add some more, and I'm just adding a little bit more because, as you can see, I missed that spot there because of the tape. And adding that there, going around again. All right. And I'm just doing this so that we can move on to the fun part, because now this is an easy game.
Scott said that the scrubber is really frustrated. Really frustrating. He ended up using his hands.
Oh, is it?
He said he tried it. Elizabeth Corona said it's stunning. And
I almost forgot my own set size.
And Adrian Hendricks asks if this is peony.
No.
You missed that part. No, this is dandelion.
Dandelion. Peony is a bigger flake size, and she'll do just as fine, but it's just bigger in the sense. I don't know if I have. I had a Tackett color shifting, but I think that one has a bigger a bigger cut size. Leanna's cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is a little bigger.
It is a little bit bigger, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's a little bit bigger. So it will still lay flat, but you'll have to make sure that you give it enough coverage so that you have a full coverage on your cup. I've noticed with bigger flakes, it's harder to have, when you're laying it flat, it kind of spaces in between one another, the flakes. So you're not getting the best consistency with the Tackett. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll kind of explain that a little bit more.
Kristen Gunn asks if dandelion is a fine.
It's an ultra fine. Let's see. They can't probably pick it up. It's an ultra fine, so I don't know how to explain it. It's almost, I feel like sand is the best way to explain it. Like it's like smaller than the grain of sand. It's so silky.
Mm-hmm.
That's what an ultrafine will feel like and will look like.
So she got
Alright. Alright. Let me finish this off. I just burned my hand with that heat gun. Guys, I am not good with anything heat. I will burn myself all the time. When I first got the Wagner heat gun, because I'm all intelligent, I grabbed the metal part of it after using it, and I was like,
I was here for that.
Yes. And Mike was like, what did you do? And I was like, this is hot. This is hot. He's like, I'm sorry. What part of heat gun did you not understand? I was like, sorry. All right. Look at that coverage on there.
She said, so you can only use a holographic glitter for attacking? This is LaQuisha Lewis from Memphis.
LaQuisha, you can use this with any glitter that you have. I was just saying that at the beginning of this video that it got popular with holographic glitter because it creates this halo effect. So you can see.
You see that rainbow-y effect?
Yeah, it's a really awesome rainbow effect. So that's why it got popular. But then as more and more artists started to use this, because I think that all cup makers are artists, guys, and if you don't put that as your label, guys, start, because if you're in your craft room working, you're an artist, okay? So as more and more artists started using this technique, they noticed that this, when you're laying your glitter down or you're forcing your glitter to lay flat, it gives a different effect. So for opalescent glitters, it does this because opalescents have a very nice opaly color and shift in its color, even though it maintains its white base. But color shifting tacket is also beautiful because when you're looking at a color shifter, it's reflective off of light. But when you're laying it flat, it does this, where the light is reflecting from all around because it's actually flat. So when the flakes are standing up, you have to move it from side to side in order to get that reflection. But with it laying flat, light is touching it all over. So you're doing this and you're still getting 10 different shifts. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. It looks good. So this is an opal glitter.
Yes, this is an opal glitter. So you can do this with whatever type of glitter that you like, but you get the best effects with holographic, with opalescence, and with color shifters. You get more of this type of effect. Okay? All right, guys. So my lid is ready for when we move on. All right, now my hands. All right, and I'm gonna just dump that. Clean this off for a second. And when I mean clean, I mean just throw it to my floor.
We have a good old vacuum.
Yes. My best. All right.
But our Roomba broke.
Yes, the Roomba broke. All right, guys. So let's chat about water slides. Again, for those of you that know what I'm talking about, bear with me here, okay? Because I do have a lot of people on our channel that are new. And, you know, we have a very supportive group. And if you guys have not done so already, please give this video a thumbs up. Go on to Facebook after this video, and we'll have the link in the description bar for our Facebook group, which is Glitterful Glitter Fanatics. And we have a really awesome community of crafters, of artists that are just always willing and able to help. So just go on there, okay?
Kristen Gunn said, also tell me about those Geo things over there, those coasters.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kristen.
She was ahead of you.
Kristen, okay, so these are not coasters, Kristen. This is actually waterslide paper, and I printed them out on my computer. I purchased this off of an Etsy shop, and I'll have to get the link for that too. I did it so quickly, and I've already printed these out. I've sealed them. I always seal everything 4 times. It's just my magic number. so that I can ensure that I don't have a leak. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about in sealant, I don't have it in front of me because I forgot to bring it. But I use Krylon Crystal Clear acrylic spray paint, spray adhesive to seal my water slides. Water slides are awesome because they allow you to move quickly through designs without having to weed vinyl and do the most to apply this onto your cups.
We have pizza.
Hey, Yitza. Okay. Hello. Okay, so very quickly for those of you that do not know, because there's a lot of other questions that I get. Water slide. What water slide do you use? What water slide do you use? Okay, so there's two types of water slide. I purchased these off of Amazon. I will have Michael post where to purchase this off of Amazon.
Yep, Tiffany as well.
Hello. So this one is clear and this one is white. So I use the clear for anything that has a light base and will not alter my design. So what does that mean? Basically, if, for example, for this, I want the color of the water slide is darker than my base. So what it's going to do is my white backing that you see here will no longer be there. It will just be clear back and it will just be basically the design. So when you apply this will be as is. And, but if I had a white water slide, this backing will be there with your, not the backing itself, but the color of the backing will be with your design, okay? So
it's like printed it on paper.
Yeah, it's like printing it on paper and kind of being able to plaster it on. It's a little wonky, but you use white for darker colors. So if you were maybe using a red or a black, the white water slide would probably be your better bet. But for lighter colors, you can get away with clear water slide paper.
Okay, we got some questions. Kristen said that she never used water slide paper. She says she's too scared. I am completely shocked. And Elizabeth Corona says that it's hard to find water slide paper, but he's used tattoo paper. He said, do you know if it works the same?
It does, but it's applied differently. So tattoo paper, you have to kind of be, you got to think about when you were a kid and you were applying tattoos to yourself and kind of dabbing paper so that you're not tearing the tattoo. And we'll do a video on that too. But water slide allows you to basically submerge, and we're going to do this online so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. But you're submerging the paper into water so that it releases off the hard back that it has, and it gives you flexibility to apply this directly onto your cup. Whereas for tattoo paper, in my personal experience, I feel like there is less flexibility, because where you're actually laying is kind of where you're pressing it on, because you're tattooing it into its place. In my personal opinion, I may be doing it wrong, guys. Like I said, I am no expert. I learn and I do as much as I can, and I give you guys as much experience as I've had with stuff. And in my experience, I feel like it's a little less flexible. Does that answer some of the questions? And Kristen, we're gonna get you out of that fear. Let me show you what we're gonna do. Okay? Hold on here. I see a little rough spot here. Sorry, guys. It's like never ending with the rubbing.
So for everybody who just joined, we put dandelion on the cup.
Yes, we used dandelion on the cup using Alina's Tack It over and over. You can find the alternatives for Tack It by, just searching them. I've seen alternatives with Mod Podge. I've seen, guys, Mod Podge, don't yell at me. And Loctite. I've seen a couple different alternatives, and you could definitely be done. The key to this is making sure that your adhesive is tacky, so that it holds onto your glitter tightly enough so that as you're rubbing, it holds onto the glitter as it's laying flat. Okay? All right, so I brought some water here. And I have little rags that I broke up. And I always have these nearby in a little basket. So you want to have paper towel, a little thingy, little rag, and you can use your wand. Let me see where else right here. Hello. Okay. Applying this on there, and I have a fuzzy here. All right, and so this is, like I said, this is the fun part. This is the less labor-intensive part of this design. And let's lay that there for a second.
Elizabeth said thank you.
Oh, you're absolutely welcome. Any questions, guys? Any questions? I'm gonna start with this one because I actually like it the most. With clear water slide paper, clear, guys, not white, clear. And I need to emphasize this: for clear water slide, not white, clear, you are able to mirror the image and then apply your decal in reverse, okay, so that it makes pulling off the backing easier. I'll show you. So can they see this? Making sure that they can.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, don't mind this. This is my little water tank of crap.
Yes, it's been through some wars.
It's been through some wars. Yes. Okay, so as long as you've sealed this, never do a water slide and not seal this with nothing, because your inks will bleed and you will not have a design. I've done that before. I've forgotten that I haven't sealed something, and it would be me when I'm in a crunch time to need it sealed. So you want to seal it and make sure. Then you submerging it. And what I do is I hold I'll flip it around, and I will push and hold these areas in the opposite direction, okay? And then I'm gonna see if I can start moving it so I'm pushing away from the corners, and that allows me to know if it's ready to slide off, because that's basically what we're doing. We're having a moment where it's sliding off. Okay, it's ready, so I'm moving off of it. Let me wash my hands here for a second. So I'm gonna do it right in the center, guys, because I really like the break in this. Okay, and I'm gonna place it right there. Okay, and all I'm doing is I'm holding this here. And I'm pulling that away, the backing, as you can see. And I've laid my decal down. Okay.
Does the water temperature matter?
Honestly, I haven't seen that it has. I use cold water. I mean, I've heard in the past use warm
it's
water.
not cold anymore. It's room temperature now.
I mean, it feels cold. So room temperature? Honestly, I honestly haven't seen that it affects it as much. Some people may disagree. And if you guys have used water slide and you think it does, please chime in.
Scott said lukewarm room temperature.
Yeah. I've had this sitting out, but it's still cold to me, but I'm always cold, so sorry.
Tiffany said that temperature doesn't matter.
Yeah, see?
And April said that she hates water slide.
Oh gosh. Okay, take a look at that. Can you see? Can they see that sparkle underneath?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
You can see I would say the hollow underneath it.
Yes. So this is exactly what water slide does. It allows you to be able to have that reflection underneath. So that's why you'll see a lot of people, like if you've seen the Disney cups and stuff, it's a lot of you'll see them use bases and stuff, and then the Mickey will be underneath, and it'll sparkle because, well, it's clear and it's picking up the reflectors underneath. It's really cool.
This looks really, really good.
So then let's move on. And
Kristen said that we convinced her she's gonna buy something.
Yes. Well, I'll get you the link, Kristen, so that you can check it out. All right, guys, this one, or where should we put it? Here? Here? Here. I almost want like something to kind of go here.
That's risky.
It is, but I was gonna like cut it in half. It is risky though, isn't it?
It is risky.
You know me, I always have to do something out of it.
And look, Quisha said that looks so much easier than doing glitter and ink.
Oh, listen,
So
I do not like the glitter and ink part. I just, I can't, guys. You know what it is? I am a kind of like a control freak when it comes to these things. And I know I tell you guys, like, don't worry, it's not perfect, it's fine. And like, I agree with that. I agree with that statement because I'm telling you guys, don't worry about perfection. But I just can't get over where all the inks go. I can't, there isn't a part where I can make it semi-perfect. Like, I don't know. I'll do them, but it's not, you know, it's not something I like enjoy because it really irks my OCD. It takes me out. Also, like the other geodes where you're the spray painting it off, I love those. I just feel like I can never get it right. It's one of those things that it irks me. Like my OCD kicks in. All right. You want to push the water out of here, guys, okay? Push the water from underneath the decal. And I don't think I said that. You guys did see me rubbing, but I didn't explain why. For those of you that are new or haven't worked with water slide, you're pushing the water out. What happened?
We have a Cindy Rosso, and she said that she tried the geode with purple and gold with alcohol inks, and she said, oh dear, it was hideous.
These are the moments where you have to kind of just shake it off and, you know, try it again in a different way. I think I might, it's dried onto there. Nope, I'm not moving that one.
No, it's cute. It looks really good.
Yeah, but I need to add this other big old one. Where am I going to put it?
It's towards the bottom right there.
This one? Like up here?
Yeah. So like right there, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And guys, this is absolutely easier. I prefer water slide. There's a lot of people that don't because it's so finicky. Another thing is like if you seal it really, really good and you're not fast enough and the water slide paper starts to dry, it will crack. That has happened to me. And it will test your patience because you're just like, I did not just print out all that stuff. I did not just sit here and seal this 4 times and this thing just cracked on me. It has done that to me, and it tests your patience a little bit. Just shake it off.
Okay, I have a question.
Yep.
Now, what if you leave the water slide paper in the water and it curves and it doesn't go flat anymore? Is that okay?
It will not go flat. You're altering the way it is. So for example.
And when it's in the water, you have to like make it flat?
Yeah, I have to push it down to be flat.
Okay, you should do that.
Yeah, you can, so that it doesn't curve, because as you're curving, if it curves, sorry guys, I'm having trouble moving the backing off of this one. If it curves too much, it will be harder for you to lay it flat, and it will create an issue for you when you're trying to, I don't like how close that is. Sorry guys, hold on one second. It will create an issue on the way it starts to lay. Alright guys, as you saw, so it's a little bit more flexible when it's wet. Once it starts to dry, that's it. So make sure that you're happy with where it's going to be before you start trying to take out all the water from underneath, okay? Alright, let's see. I love this. I can see the shift only a little bit on my side, but I'm sure the camera's picking up how it's reflecting underneath. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm just pushing the water away. Okay, so this is the part where everybody's sort of like, okay, Steph, cool, this is fine. But it doesn't have all the nice little rings around it like everybody does, right? I got you.
Kristen said, do you seal the cup with the water slide before you epoxy it?
Nope.
She said, nope. You about to see.
Yep.
You gonna learn today.
Nope, nope, nope. I will, however, let this dry.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, see? Because I don't want any water underneath where the epoxy is gonna go. So no, I don't seed it. You can, but I don't have to because my colors, I don't have any mixing of glitter colors, and I don't have any inks that are going to run because they're already sealed to that. Does that make sense? So if your inks were not sealed, it would have bled as soon as you put it in the water. You would have no design. So you don't need to seal this. It's not like you're trying to shift it into place.
Also, that is excellent. That is a big step that you didn't see on camera. Make sure you seal it.
Yes. Sorry, guys.
It will be a blank paper.
It will be a blank paper, yes. You must seal
Once
it
you put it in water.
with sealant. I use Krylon Crystal Clear Sealant. Crystal clear acrylic sealant. Alright. Sorry, this one's giving me a little bit of a pain. I just want to make sure it's out. Probably because this one's really damp. I have a ton of these guys, by the way. I literally cut up, like, I had a couple of old kitchen rags, and I was like, I'm going to throw these away. And I was like, wait, I'll just use them for crafting. Again, anything to save myself $1 or $2.
Yes, please.
Alright, how cute is that? I wish this one was bigger. I should have made it bigger. Oh well. Take a look at that. So you could do this with whatever design. I just decided to make this, like I said, a fast geode. You can do, let's see, I got a couple different. I use whatever I have, and I keep saying that because I think it's very important for you guys to know this. A lot of the times you see a video where it's just like, we have to have this exact thing. You don't. You don't have to have it. You have Sharpies at home, use Sharpies. You have Cricut pens, use your Cricut pens. Whatever it is that you want to use. Just as long as you're being cost effective. There you go. I did my job. Because I always try to save $1 or $2. Alright. So what do you guys think? Should we do some silver or should we do some gold? Gold, silver. What do you guys think? Purple? No.
No, we haven't got no answers yet.
Purple, gold, silver. What do you guys think?
Sherry Roberts said silver.
Okay. Silver.
Who else? What do you think?
Silver. And these are the medium tip 1.0. I don't know.
Silver and a little bit of purple.
Okay.
That would be nice. Elizabeth Corona said silver.
Alright, silver. Cool. Let's do a little bit silver and purple.
We got 3 votes for silver.
Alright, cool beans. So let's...
I personally think gold would be good.
No one asked. Yeah.
No one cares, right?
No.
I know. Yeah, look, me and Kristen, gold. That's my girl. And April said gold too.
Oh man, come on guys.
And the blue was nice too. Elizabeth said, and Rosetta said gold and purple.
Oh my goodness, guys. Alright.
So, Miss Glitterful, what do you want to do?
I don't know now. I feel like, you know, you always see blue and silver, but I feel like it's gonna get lost in the design.
I do. I think the gold will pop more on me.
Guys, if you can see what I'm going through right now, I'm dropping everything. I'm a mess. Alright, see? Right there.
And Lucretia said gold and blue.
Alright. Sorry, to my silvers, I'm changing to gold. I think
gold and purple.
Yeah, I think probably gold and purple.
I think it'll make it pop and it'll also blend with the ship.
Yes. Okay, so let's start. This one was the one that was just newly wet. This one, I still have some water on it. I felt it. I knew it because I didn't press as well. All right, let me.
You have to move it up.
Oops, sorry.
There you go.
All right. I'm gonna let that sit for a second.
Tiffany said you could use the embossing tool to help it dry.
Oh, look at that. I never thought of that.
Miss Tiffany is our spray paint ombre connoisseur.
Yes.
I will never forget her for that video.
Yes, yes.
So good.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and listen. This is whatever you want to make of it. Okay? You can follow the lines of what you have and do it haphazardly, guys. Like, you don't want to have a perfect round line. And the reason why you're doing it like this haphazardly is because you need it to look authentic. You're creating more of a you're making the design pop more so that it looks like it wasn't just placed there. It's more like a part of the cup itself. I'm gonna go around. Let's see. Should I do purple in the center? Let's see. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I think you guys are right with the purple. And I'm kind of just tracing along.
Oh, that looks so good.
And as you can see, like, I really don't care how it looks all around. I want it to be a little bit different.
Yes, they gave it great depth.
Going all around. Now, I'm not taking away from the lines that I already came with, but I just want it to pop more. And yes, and to enhance it. And I'm going to go, there's a little one right here. That. And I think I'm going to leave it. Oh, this one. This one's popping off on me. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. My water slide is popping off. So if that happens to you, what happened to me right now, I did add more water right here. And I just to kind of bring it back to life here and push it down.
Sherry Roberts said that she can't really see the markers.
Oh.
The marks of the marker. So point out, where did you do it at?
Gold. What color is this? Purple. Sorry, guys. Gold and purple. See? And that's exactly kind of what you want, Sherry. You want it to be a part of the design. You don't want it to be
like, oh, she colored it with a marker.
Right. Because I've seen those too.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that it looks accurate. It looks like a part of the design.
Yeah, you want to make sure it looks authentic.
Yeah. All right. Can you guys see it when I do it like this?
Sorry. Hold on. No.
How like that?
Yes.
Okay. Studio. So again, I'm actually going to do this opposite. I started with gold on the other one. I'm going to start with purple.
April's leaving.
Bye, April.
She said her sleepy time tea is kicking in. She's on about 3 hours of sleep.
Oh, goodness. Alrighty. Have a good night. We'll chat tomorrow. Alright. So, going around. Ooh, and I lifted a little bit of my water slide. It actually cracked a little bit, guys. Can't tell, though. Right there. But it happens. Gotta be careful. I am definitely taking...
Can tell.
You can?
Mm-hmm.
Right there?
Yep.
Oh, booger. No, that's not a crack. Right there. That's a... That?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a crack.
Oh, okay.
That's a part of the design. The crack is actually above that. Okay. So, I'm just pushing this in. Michael made me forget my thought.
I usually do that. Gift.
I don't know. I forgot. It is what it is. Wasn't important. Oh. I am definitely taking a shortcut by doing this, guys. So FYI, taking a shortcut. Okay?
Your angle is perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, I think I'm going to go back because this has a nice little rocky feel to it. So I'm going to start with the purples. The purple does definitely give it a different dimension. So thank you to everybody who said purple. gosh, this is lifting. Kristen, I think we're gonna have to seal this down. Is she still here?
I'm not sure.
We're gonna have to. Sorry, I'm cleaning this up. I made a little bit of a boo-boo there. Okay. And back around. Now you can absolutely not do this part till you're done with epoxy, but like I said, I want to be one and done with this. So I am.
That gold around it looks really nice.
Right? It does.
It really made it pop.
I think I'm gonna leave it.
It lightened up the darkness.
All right, I think I'm gonna be done with that like that. So you could do anything else. Like if you wanted to add gold flakes, I'm not, but you can. There's these really cool like flaky golds. You can, you know, add a little bit more. Maybe if you wanted to add some extra like chunkies on top, you can. I think this looks really, really great as is. See, take a look at that.
Well, you can't see it.
Oh.
Go. Yeah, perfect. Okay. You want to raise it up for them?
Sure.
Bring it closer to.
Okay. And so I would let this sit. Oh, I give it like 10 minutes or so and let this sit. And then you start epoxying. We don't have 10 minutes to spare, guys. So I'm actually going to go ahead and add a quick spray on this. Well, I'm going to bring it to you guys.
Hey, Kristen Gunn say, yep, I'm in here to the end.
All right, I took.
I can't see
Sorry.
how long we've been live, but I think we're moving well.
Hope so, hope so. All right, so guys, I went to the garage and I got it. Krylon Crystal Clear Acrylic Coating. This is what I swear by. Okay. Please don't yell at me. I'm doing this in the office.
You know, but this is more for the real life effect, so you all can see it.
I'm doing a quick, and the reason why I did this, because I know I said before that I wouldn't, but it was because it was lifting in some areas, and I also wanted to secure the paints that were on there. I didn't want the paints, the epoxy to shift the paints. So, and I did remember that after the fact. So if you're gonna do the paints at this, like the Sharpies, and you could do this with the Cricut pens like this, Sharpies or anything that you're adding on top, epoxy is a solvent, so it's gonna move it, okay? And you don't want anything to bleed. You work very hard on your design. So while I whip up some epoxy, what questions we got? And I'm gonna be using KS resin, guys. Liquid art epoxy. And for those of you that don't know, if you use code GLITTERFUL, you get 5% off your purchase at ksresin.com. We have any questions?
No, we don't got any questions just yet.
Okay. Sorry.
If anybody has any questions, ask away.
Yes, yes, yes. These are one of the most easiest cups to do. Like I said, it's more labor. Anything that I do live, because I'm doing a lot of chatting, I'm asking a lot of questions, I'm explaining more of the process. It takes longer, okay? But this design itself, if you were working on it by yourself, it shouldn't take you no more than 20-30 minutes, to be honest.
It's nice and smooth.
Yeah.
And it looks
It's a very...
just as good as if you did the glitter and the alcohol inks.
Yep.
It looks just as good.
And so, I'm sorry, I have a piece of scarlet just stuck in there. I can't get away from glitter.
Oh, Lucretia is so smart. He said that she got some KS resin for her Black Friday sale on Black Friday.
Woohoo!
So, and we missed out. We're horrible. We should have did that.
Yes, and you know what? They did send me a coupon, but I was slammed. Thanks to all of you guys.
We were packing glitter.
Yes. Guys, I'm doing a semi-flood coat of epoxy on this, FYI, in case you guys are watching me. Whatever's left over, I'll probably just use in something else.
What is the chunky opal type of glitter that we have?
Ooh, Michael, bring one.
She said, I've got some ideas. And this is Miss Kristen.
Miss Kristen.
You want me to bring what?
Cinderella? Or maybe do I have Cinderella up here? Check. I may have some Cinderella. I'll show you what we have. We have Cinderella.
Dandelion.
Prism.
Cinderella Prism.
Prism is another one.
Diamond.
Oh my goodness, Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Diamond is amazing. Diamond's just out of this world, to be honest. I love her so much. Okay. I'm using my little bartender sticks here to... It's fine. To mix my glitter. I use the metal sticks because I find that it helps with my bubbles a little bit more. I've said this before in my other videos. I don't stir turtle speed. Guys, I have 4 kids. I don't have time to stir turtle speed. It doesn't work for me. So I stir as is, and then I will wait till it's like all the cloudiness to go away. So for those of you that are new to epoxy and tumblers and things like that, I wait. You have to make sure that this is thoroughly mixed in together, and a lot of the way that you can tell is that if it's cloudy or milky looking, then what happens, it means it's not fully mixed in or properly mixed. So you want to make sure that it is clear when you look at it. That doesn't take away from the bubbles, because you're going to have micro bubbles and you're going to have big bubbles, and the big bubbles you can avoid by turning turtle speed, but I'm sure there's other artists here that will say they also don't do it like that. It is very good for you to also wait at least 5 to 7 minutes before applying your epoxy, because it allows your epoxy to be a little bit thicker when you're applying, and it does help with the application of the epoxy, but I'm more than likely just gonna apply this on afterwards so that I don't keep you guys on camera for so long. And it will still do the same effect. I just want to not keep you guys forever. I'm so happy you guys are here with me, but I also understand that you guys are probably tired. It's Monday.
But it is Making Monday.
It is Making Monday.
Kristen and Tiffany said Diamond is their favorite. Gary Roberts asked if we sell the metal stirrers. No, but
I will put the link that I bought it off of Amazon for you, so you can have it, because it came in like a pack of like 6 or 5.
And
I don't know.
Quisha said turtle speed, but more like Roadrunner.
Exactly. And if you catch me in one of those moments where I'm trying to fly out of the house because I have things to do, Tasmanian devil kind of speed. It's everywhere else but the cup. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say you look pretty fast.
Oh yeah, I mean my micro bubbles are something disgusting right now. Gosh.
But nothing the good old heat gun can't fix.
Oh yeah. Torch story. So I was petrified to use a torch. Reason being is because, as you guys heard about my heat gun story, where I just, pick up heat guns from the metal part where the heat is actually coming from. I actually set my cup on fire. I've done that.
She did? What cup was that?
I don't even remember, but I did set my cup on fire because
it sparked up.
Yeah.
That should be a disclaimer.
Yes. It happens.
things spark up.
It does definitely happen. Sorry,
May
guys.
catch on fire.
I always have my isopropyl alcohol nearby.
Yeah, you've also like burned epoxy with it too, so that's something to be mindful of. It does happen.
Yeah, it does happen. But it is very, I noticed that I like the torch a lot better now, after roughhousing with it for a little bit. It's also space saving. You know, the heat gun, I fight with it all the time because it's like always in my way. I'm like, go away. I'll be using my Math Bros double turner for this so that I can show you a side-by-side action. Can you guys see that? Can they see that, Michael? Side by side. Okay.
Perfect.
So for those of you that don't know, save yourself another dollar or two. Teflon sheets, they work just the same as a Teflon. However, nothing else sticks to your Teflon. Silicone mats drive me up the wazoo because they literally get everything stuck on them, and it irks my nerves. The Mosbros turners are one of my personal favorites. I'm going to put that there because it is a very easy machine to work with. They have the double and the single. I love both, and it's just easy. And also, and my kicker here, I'll show you what I'm doing. The foam inserts are one of my favorite things, and you can actually buy them, the foam inserts in a PVC size as well. So if you don't have the cup turner, but you're like, stop, you just saved my life because I'm not going to be using footballs anymore. There you go. Well done.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really well done.
Yeah, they're really well done. I really, really do like them. And they sell them in PVC and in your size. I think I saw one of my admins today. It's like they have 3/4 inches and 1/2 inch and an inch. So you can probably find your size. And I love them because one of my biggest issues was that I couldn't level my cups with the footballs. I tried everything. I did whatever way they taught. I can't even remember. But it was just so many different ways to actually fix your football so that it was flat, and it never laid flat. I have this little piece right here, guys, that is really irking my nerve and won't stay low. So I'm just cutting off an edge, which I don't mind because it is...
You couldn't even see it.
Yeah, you couldn't even see it. Hopefully you guys can still see this well. My light is dying on you all. Sorry. Alright. This is actually why I love this so much. Because in every lid that I've ever done, I can put the cup turner on it. How cool is that? Like, and then I just put it on there and it spins away. My favorite. So I'll show you what I do for this in a second. As you can see, my micro bubbles are starting to foam up here at the top. That's exactly what you're looking for. I would say, if I wasn't pressing you all for time, I would say that I would wait another 3 to 4 minutes so that this can entirely be, all the bubbles can come up. But we don't have that time. We do, but we don't. We're going to go ahead and have our heat torch nearby. If you don't have one of these, I'll have the link on the description.
We got some stories from Sherry. There was a lady who almost burned her eyebrows off while she was doing the alcohol ink.
Stop! I love it.
And LaQuisha said that the first time that she ever used it, it caught on fire, and she was blowing and fanning at the cup.
I love it. I appreciate stories like that. Only because, you know what, we're human. And a lot of the times, you know, you go into these things and you're just like, oh, this person's so perfect because, you know, they've done this and they showed us to do this. Guys, there's so many different designs, so many different techniques, that means you're only good at that one that one at that very second, and that's why you're showing it. So, you know, I appreciate when someone's like, this happened to me, and that's why I share these stories, because it's important for you to know, hey, I've gone through that. Like, I've burned the hell out of my, oops, sorry, I've burned the crap out of my hand.
We almost got it. Almost.
You know, grabbing, you know, that's also me as a person. I'm very clumsy. I do stuff like that. It happens to me. Michael laughs at me all the time. I'm a walking accident, I shall say.
No, she's not.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She's being too hard on herself.
All right,
perfect.
I am getting nitrile gloves, guys. For those of you asking, I'm on camera and I do not have a mask on. Okay, I feel like I have to, with the temperament of our crafting community, I feel like I have to make sure that I say this. It's important for you to have a mask. It's important for you to know your safety guidelines of all your epoxy brands that you're using.
If anything,
and if anything that you do, you should be knowing what you're using, how to use it properly, why you're using it properly, and what that actually looks like. Okay? So I am not an epoxy expert, so I'm not going to sit here and say you need to go and buy a grow tent and figure out how to pipe it so that it leaves the outside. I am not an epoxy expert. I do not work for an epoxy company. And I need to make sure that I say that, because I feel like there's a lot of people that are giving misinformation or too much information. And I think that the best thing for you all is to know what you're working with, how to do it correctly for yourselves, and, you know, contact those companies if you have additional questions for that. But I will tell you, it starts off with basic stuff, masks, working in a good ventilated area. And a chemical mask can look like this. It has, like this, it has cartridge filters. Nitrile gloves are very important because they're not porous, so the epoxy will not seep into your hands. I mean, I kind of blew that when I started mixing epoxy without gloves. But again, this is stuff that I choose to do because, you know, I'm hard-headed. So don't come and bite me.
Disclaimer,
yeah.
We'll not do this.
Disclaimer. Do it correctly with gloves. Use a mask. Ventilated area. All right, let's move on. I'm going to turn on my spinner. This one's shaking a little bit because I don't have it properly set. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm going to be using my Glitterholic silicone brush. These bad boys are on our website. They are phenomenal because I don't throw away my gloves. A lot of people do prefer to use their fingers to apply the epoxy. I don't. I like to save my gloves. I don't like having epoxy on my hands. So this helps me. If I end up getting some epoxy, I actually get my isopropyl alcohol on a rag and I clean it off and I save my gloves. So
yes, because gloves are a cost.
Yep.
That you could control the controllables.
That's right. Mike used to be, well, we both used to be retail managers. So, all right. I'm applying my epoxy. And you can apply your epoxy however you want. I mean, right now I am kind of doing this haphazardly. But I normally start at the rim and I go around and I do a nice little layer and I go all around. And I'm being a little bit more cautious here because my water slide is not sticking here all that well. So, and that happens sometimes. It could just be the way I laid it down. I don't know. It happens. Just press as much as you can so that the epoxy is pushing weight onto your decal, okay? And I start from the rim. What happened? I start from the rim.
Tiffany Henry said, being in the medical field, she says she just can't wrap herself around reusing gloves.
No, I hear you. I wouldn't. Oh no, I wouldn't be able to either, Tiffany.
Yes, don't reuse gloves, Tiffany.
So here, guys, I have to hide my gloves from my daughter. My daughter is like wants to crack so badly. I'm telling you, she with that beautiful base, that black base that I did with an opal glitter. I was so happy with it. I was ready to show you all, and she had poured an entire, and I mean poured it on and inside of the cup, guys. Mike was laughing so hard because that is his princess. She can do no wrong.
She is not a princess. She's a queen in training.
She can do no wrong. And I'm over here like redder than a tomato because I was just like, seriously, after I worked so hard to get this right. And he's cracking up. He's like, don't worry about it. We can do it again. Mind you, it's me. He's constantly telling me like, oh, can we do this? What do you mean?
I mean, because we're a team.
So I'm just applying the epoxy all around, guys. I'm just making sure, and I'm being really gentle on the parts where I added my water slide.
Your deco.
My deco, yes. Here. Oh, guys, all my lights are dying. How bad are we looking?
Not bad. I mean, a little dim, but not bad.
Let's see. Oh, well, that light's not gonna turn on either.
What's going on?
Well, that one's, my phone's charging.
Go.
I'm a mess,
Well,
guys.
it should be good. I'm gonna unplug it.
Okay. I had some spots on this is what happens when you have cross-contamination on your table, guys. I had poison apple. I had just done a cup with poison apple on it, and I definitely done it on this cup. Yay me. It happens. Woo. All right. I'm digging this cup so much. There's some specks of poison apple here. And don't mind the background noise, guys. Sorry, Mike is at the fridge. All right. And I'm just putting this all around. And I promise I'm gonna get you guys to the lid so that you guys can see, and I promise to get you guys off. But in the meantime, while I'm, adding more epoxy to this, if you haven't done so already, please give this video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to our channel, and ask me any questions while I'm putting more and more epoxy on this. I want to make sure this is fully covered. I don't plan on putting another decal on it. I think I'm going to be done with how it looks. I never know. I say that and then I end up changing something or not. I'm good, thanks. And I have a ton of micro bubbles because I did not wait for this to fully set. So always give this a couple minutes to set, guys. You want to make sure that you have minimal micro bubbles. I think that's the biggest thing for me. That's why I wait the 5-10 minutes. It also helps the epoxy lay a lot smoother.
I will say the blue shift from the dandelion is really coming through with this. It just looks so authentic.
It does. I really like it a lot. Do you have any questions? Do we have anybody?
No, we have no questions.
Okay. Sweet deal. All right. So I'm just adding epoxy to my side. Okay. All right. So for this, I'm going to grab my brush, and you could use your fingers. Again, having a brush is not necessary, but I recommend it. It helps you out a lot, really, like things like this. And I am just spreading the epoxy on this, and it makes it super easy, guys. Like, you just don't, it's a very light layer. You don't want to have too much because you don't need a lot. Since your glitter is laying flat, it really doesn't need much.
We have a question.
And yes.
Like Quisha said, what's in the middle on the top?
Oh, tape. It's tape so that the epoxy doesn't get into it. I can actually see. It's just painter's tape. I do this, and in about 30 minutes, I will come back and I will take the tape off so it doesn't stick to the center. But I don't want the epoxy going inside of the hole where the straw is gonna go. So
Is that why you wait the 30 minutes?
Yep, that's exactly why I wait the 30 minutes. And you would do the same thing, Lucretia, if you taped off the mouth of your cup and if the rim. Okay, 30 minutes is a good time for me. There may be others who say sooner. For me, in my experience, 30 minutes has always worked out very well for me to remove the tapes. If I'm taping off an area, section, or like, for example, the lids. So I'm just making sure this is on here. Okay, put that on. I'm just gonna hit this part here with a little bit of heat, because once I add this onto there, that's it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna let this spin, okay? And I'm just adding this onto my Moss Bros, and I'm turning on the switch, and I'm just gonna let this one do its own thing. It doesn't have a lot of epoxy on there, so all it's gonna do is just kind of lay there, which is very different from this. But the issue that I encountered before I found this using the foam insert was that if you don't have this, right, and you're laying your lid flat, the round, the edge of your lid was still running, okay, was still, and it will create these drips. So I found that attaching it to a turner and making it spin, forcing it to spin, would even out the epoxy on the actual lid itself and on the edge. So I have a smooth, clean ledge, and bam, diggy damn, I move on. Okay? You have questions?
Tiffany asks, is this a plastic tumbler?
No, this is, I got it on sale at Walmart. It was Pioneer Woman, her brand. Yeah.
Oh, Pioneer, she has like
a cooking channel.
A cooking channel. Mm-hmm. She's the redhead woman.
Yes. That lives on a farm. Yes.
That lives on a farm.
She does. She's really cool. She has all her cooking stuff is like organic and at home. Yeah, that she gets from her farm. I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. Anyway, so yeah, Tiffany, this was a stainless steel tumbler that I purchased from Walmart. The last one that I got from, the last lid cup that I actually got it from Michael's at their Art Mines section. You know, their whole epoxy Cricut section that they have going on right now. They have them too, and I think they were like $5. And if you have a coupon, it's like $2 or less. So,
Remember to always shop with coupons.
Oh yeah, always. And
utilize all Michael's coupons.
Michael's also takes competitor coupons, so that's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna hit that with a little bit of heat gun, and
Quisha asks if the foams come with the turner.
Yeah, the foams come with the turner. So a lot of people don't. Moss Bros is pretty new, and they reached out to us in the summertime to kind of to test out their product and just chat with you all about it. And they ended up being really, really good. I honestly don't talk about things that I don't appreciate, and so I really did like them and their stuff, and that's why I continue to talk about them, because they are really a good turner set.
And it's so cost effective.
Oh my god, yeah, and it's so cost effective. I think it's like what, $40 or something for a single, and I think a double turner was like I think they lowered their price to $78.
Yeah, we usually have coupons. We spoke to the owner, and he's in process. He's making like 1,000 turners, and he's gonna
and launching a quadruple turner. So he's got a lot of things in motion. Yeah, but for the most part, this is a really good cup turner system. So yes, to answer your questions, for the double turner, when I received it, It came with the 2 rods. No, 4 rods. It comes with 4 rods. So these are the rods, the attachments, and it came with 4 inserts, 2 small, 2 large. The Moz Bros single came with 2 rods, so 2 arms, what we're gonna call them, 2 arms, and like another 4 foam pieces. He's expanded his business and a lot because of what we chatted about, which was that, you know, a lot of people have the built-in turners, and so we asked him, hey, just to, you know, think about adding arms, and so he did.
The PVC.
The PVC arms. So you are also able to purchase the foam inserts for your at-home PVC pipes, which was, I thought, was a big win.
Yeah, he has a great. I mean, his foam, his holder.
Yeah, the foam, the holder,
it's amazing.
It's really cool. Is there anything else?
Not yet. Let's see. No.
All right. Well, guys, this is it.
Tiffany said the only thing I wish that it would have is, oh man, we told him this.
The drying rack?
Yes.
I'm with you.
We told him.
I'm with you. You should see, Tiffany.
Raymond, if you're listening, we need that drying rack.
I use this and I split it open and I try to hold the tumbler in between. But Lord, it falls all the time. But yes, I'm 100% with you. I wish it did have the drying rack. So, all right, guys. Well, this was it. This was my easy geode, Kristen, my AKA East Geode.
Yeah, you know what? We started the exclusive geode, that East geode.
No, guys, I was multitasking. I was trying to get everybody to the car for my son's championship soccer game. So it was a lot of typing very quickly. No, easy geode. This is fun. I had a lot of fun with you guys. I think that the next live video that we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to get one out this week, so we can maybe do a pencil tumbler together. I've already done a video on that, but I have an additional 2 that need to be completed, and I think, you know, a lot of questions did come out of that too. So just want to be able to bring everything to you guys that I can. So if you have any questions or you want to see a video, let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely get to that and consult. I have a lot of fun with the live, so they were going to do these more often. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and join us on Facebook, because the commentary still continues on there, on our Glitterful group fanatics. And click that notification bell, guys, okay? All right, Glitterholics, you all have a glitterful day. Bye.